Tonight on NewsWatch 12 at 6, programs, staffing positions, and beloved community facilities are on the chopping block in Ashlin. We'll hear about some tough decisions being made coming up next. And harmful algae blooms are popping up in popular lake spots where you'll want to avoid the water coming up.
And we're tracking some shower and thunderstorm activity out there this evening. We'll talk about a big cool down though with this system expected for your weekend coming up.
Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 at 6.
Another beautiful and warm day as we wrap up the week. We're taking a live look out at Medford, brought to you by the People's Bank. We hope you enjoyed the sunshine because it will not be lasting for much longer. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Haley Gravitt. Our weather team is tracking incoming changes for the weekend, so let's check in with Storm Tracker 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman to see when those changes are going to happen for us, Matt.
Well, we're kind of just starting those changes right now. We definitely did not get as warm as yesterday, getting up to 79 though in Medford, still well above the average. And you'll notice the winds have really picked up across the region this afternoon, at least away from the coast. Sustained winds at 21 miles per hour in Medford, and we're seeing some breezy conditions in the basin. Temperatures still holding on to the low 70s, including for Klamath Falls as well as Wairika. But take a look at the radar imagery. We've had some light showers and sprinkles at the coast, a lot of cloud cover, those clouds filling in to Josephine County, and we'll see clouds increase in the Medford area. Look at Siskiyou County in the last hour, more of these showers firing up. We're going to keep an eye on the potential for some thunderstorms as well. Some of this rain starting to move into Wairika, and then east of the Cascades, fairly spotty showers right now. A few claps of thunder, one thunderstorm there in northern portions of Lake County, getting closer towards Christmas Valley for you folks. Here's a look at the temperatures around the region. Still fairly warm for most inland areas. We've dropped back into the 60s with some of that rain in Lakeview. It's 51 only in Brookings, definitely much cooler along the coast. Winds are breezy, especially in the Rogue Valley. We're getting some gusts up over 30 miles per hour in Medford, and we're going to see some more fairly windy weather as we go through the weekend. Showers will become more numerous around the region for tonight. Tomorrow, a much cooler day for your Saturday. Highs will be at least 10 degrees or so below normal for this time of the year. But although we'll have the chance for more showers tomorrow, we got a drier day on tap for the region on Sunday. A closer detailed look at that weekend forecast, Haley, coming up in just a bit.
All right, Matt, thank you. And Ashlin Parks and Recreation facing some tough decisions after a massive budget shortfall. Now, city leaders are looking at cuts to programs and new fees to keep things afloat. NewsWatch 12's Samantha Cadera has more on what's at stake.
Ashlin Parks and Rec is facing a significant budget reduction of $1.4 million, forcing them to look at every single one of their programs, including what's behind me right now, the Daniel Meyer Pool. And I spoke with them on what's next and how they're preparing for these cuts. From the pool to the ice rink and even community programs, Parks and Rec is reviewing every dollar spent.
We had to make reductions of $1.4 million. And so as we went through those new assets that we're taking on, we removed those first. We are adjusting our budget to minimize the impact to the users, ensuring that our barrier-free, so no-cost assets remain open.
Field rental fees are also going up, causing concern for local youth sports programs.
The biggest change, I think, in our fee structure is our sports field rental. We went to a flat fee of $150 to $250 for a whole season of use to an hourly rate.
Ashlin Little League is now planning a response. This Saturday, May 3rd, they're inviting the community to Hunter Park at 11 a.m. for a community walkthrough, aiming to show the real impact of the new field rental fees. In a news release, the league said the decision was, quote, made with limited notice and without direct input from those most affected.
But it's an iterative process that we're working with City Council and our Park Commission on.
The city will meet again on May 7th to discuss further steps and potentially recommend a $6.50 monthly parks fee added to utility bills to help minimize program cuts.
The main topic will be reviewing the actions we're taking to streamline our operations and be as efficient and as effective as we can.
Reporting in Ashlin, I'm Samantha Cadera.
And as Wildfire Awareness Month now underway, the Medford Parks and Recreation Facilities Department is ramping up wildfire fuel mitigation efforts. An estimated 200 acres have already been treated using strategic vegetation thinning and removal. The project aims to keep mitigation efforts ongoing after the 2020 wildfires. And this weekend, Jacksonville residents will have a chance to pitch in and help reduce the risk of wildfire. From 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday, the D Street parking lot is open for residents to drop off branches, dead leaves, and other natural debris. It's a free event designed to help reduce wildfire risk by cleaning out materials that could fuel a fire.
A lot of the dead debris that's just kind of hanging around the houses, a lot of times it just kind of accumulates and it gathers up and it poses fire hazard and risk, that way.
This event is a great opportunity for neighbors to work together and make their community safer from wildfires. And Wildlife Safari has finally repaired and restored their damages done to the park since that severe flooding that impacted them back in March. The heavy flooding forced the park to close for a day. The damages left the road hazardous and impacted many animal habitats. With the support of the community, donations, and local contractors, Wildlife Safari is now fully operational. And water levels are looking great at Immigrant Lake, but a recreational use advisory has been issued for harmful algae blooms. The Oregon Health Authority says to avoid swimming, boating, and other high-speed activities where the blooms are. Exposure to the toxins from the algae can be risky for children and fatal for dogs. OHA says it's still safe to enjoy some activities in and around the lake, but visitors should still remain cautious. And keep your dogs away from the water and respond immediately if they are exposed. It's also recommended that you don't eat fish caught in areas where the algae blooms are present. Toxins cannot be removed by boiling or filtering the water, so avoid drinking the water directly from the lake. And for all graduating seniors, if you're looking for ways to help out with your college tuition, you're in luck. The Redwood Foundation for Education is set to award more than $700,000 in scholarships in Josephine County, Rogue River, and Glendale this month. There is a variety of scholarships being offered, including one for $1,200 for all students planning to enter trade school. More details on how you can apply for these scholarships can be found on our website, kdrv.com. And on to some sports news tonight. It's conference tournament time. SOU and Oregon Tech getting a quarterfinal game today. Joining us live from John and Lois Stillwell Stadium is NewsWatch 12 Sports' Luke Doughton. Luke, game one was an interesting one.
Game one was interesting. Haley, Oregon Tech winning in extra innings off of a Zoe Allen 2-out single in the bottom of the eighth. Let's go ahead and talk the Raiders because that's the game that's going on behind me right now. Raiders, they struck first in this one in the bottom of the second with 3 runs. The first run, it came off of a Piper Love RBI single. Then just a little bit later in the same inning, Sarah Curling 2 RBI single, and they had 3 runs in that inning. And then Eastern Oregon answered back. Very next inning, so top of the fourth, got 2 runs, but it didn't matter. Haley Siva led off the bottom of the fourth for the Raiders, got herself a triple, and then she was brought in by Sammy Pemberton. So right now the Raiders, they hold a 4-2 lead in the bottom of the fifth. They're still looking strong. I'll keep you updated coming up later during the sports segment.
And also continuing our coverage on the Eugene Emeralds as they look to Medford for their new home. They officially announced Matt Domp as the new general manager. He served the Emeralds for 16 years and was the team's assistant general manager since 2013. His first game in the role is May 22nd. Former general manager Alan Benavides will continue to be part of the negotiating team to find the Emeralds a new home. More details on the chance of the team relocating to Medford can be found on our website. And happening right now, the Medford Parks and Recreation is hosting Corgi Con, a free event for corgis and residents to share a drink, eat some food, and enjoy a corgi race. Who doesn't love to see that? All dogs are welcome, and while supplies last, attendees will receive a pint glass, dog treats, and a tennis ball. Corgi Con will be taking place at West Howard Memorial Sports Park from 6 to 8 p.m. This event is for adults 21 and up. Speaking of dogs, let's go ahead and meet our bright-eyed and goofy pet of the week, Chiquita. This 2-year-old pit bull mix with those beautiful ears is such a love bug looking for her forever home. As a young and energetic girl, she hopes to be in an active home where she can get plenty of walks in and play to her heart's content. She doesn't know any tricks just yet, but she'll give you her undivided attention during her lessons if you do have those treats. If you want to meet her, you can find her at the Jackson County Animal Shelter. Their operation hours are seen here on your screen. She has a gentle, mouthy play style, so she's best suited in a home with older children who can read her body language. Chiquita is so excited to show you her silly personality and give you a lifetime of love. And this morning, South Medford High School continued their support for one of their own in this year's Milli Vanilli competition. We've told you about Sparrow Carly, who was diagnosed with vanishing bone disease, and the support her fellow students have given her this year. Student leadership wore their Carly Sparrow shirts and had the senior student section chanting, "We love Carly." And tomorrow you can support Sparrow clubs like Carly by heading to Dancing with the Rogue Valley Stars. We're beyond excited to see this year's performances, including our morning team in the hip hop competition. They are so excited to show you their dance moves. And if you watched NewsWatch 12 this morning, you saw Damien, who gave us a really colorful sneak peek of their costume. If you do want to help out and raise money for Sparrow clubs, our morning team is hoping to raise $1,500 each. So you can scan these QR codes here to help them